The hollow pines. Something about being in the woods has always called to me. I found myself deep in the hollow pines, an untouched stretch of forest in the Ozarks, where the trees grow unnaturally tall and the canopy swallows the sky. I brought along 2 friends, call him Stag for his stubborn confidence, and her Wren for how small and alert she always was. The trails here weren't just endless, they felt wrong, like the forest shifted when you weren't looking. Beautiful. Yes, but with a quiet, creeping danger. We'd hiked most of the day, covering just under 4 miles when Stag found a clearing to set up camp. The air was thick, the kind of humid that sticks to your skin. The sun hung low, maybe 2 hours of light left. Stag went to gather firewood, while Wren headed to a nearby stream to refill our bottles. I stayed behind, setting up the tents. Then, Wren came sprinting back, empty-handed, gasping, her face pale. She collapsed near the fire pit, trembling. I'd known Wren for years. She didn't scare easy. "What happened?" I asked, gripping her shoulders. Stag returned just then, arms full of kindling. The hell's wrong with her? This is what Wren told us. She'd knelt by the stream, filling the bottles when she heard something. Not just a twig snapping, but a wet sound, like something dragging through mud. It came from the other side of the water. She ignored it at first, probably just an animal. Then she heard it again, closer. Then the breathing, not animal panting, not human either. Something in between, raspy, uneven, like lungs half filled with water. She looked up. Between the trees, something stood. Not a deer, not a man, but something with 2 long limbs, its body hunched, its skin stretched tight over bones that jutted at wrong angles. And its face. Wren swore it had no eyes, just hollow pits, and its mouth hung open too wide, strings of saliva glistening between jagged teeth. It didn't move. It just watched her. Then it tilted its head, too far, like its neck was broken, and let out a sound. Not a growl, not a scream, a whisper. She ran. Stag scoffed. "You're telling me you saw some monster in the woods and just bolted?" Wren didn't answer, just glared at him, her hands shaking. I believed her. Wren didn't panic over nothing. Stag, stubborn as always, decided to check the stream himself. Wren refused to go back, so he went alone. I stayed with her, debating whether we should move camp. When Stag returned, his face was grim. "Found her prints," he said, "and the bottles, but on the other side—" He hesitated. There were tracks, like bare human feet, but the toes were too long. And the stride was wrong. Like it was walking on all 4s sometimes, then just standing. He'd followed them a few yards into the trees before they just stopped, as if whatever made them had vanished. By then, the sun was gone. Moving camp wasn't an option. We set up a perimeter alarm, fishing line strung with tin cans, and agreed to keep watch in shifts. The night was too quiet. No crickets, no wind, just the crackling fire and the feeling of something waiting just beyond the light. I must have dozed off during my watch. Wren woke me just before dawn, her voice tight with fear. "Do you smell that?" The stench hit me, rotting meat, wet earth, something sickly sweet underneath. Like a gutted animal left in the sun. Stag checked the perimeter. Nothing. But when the sun rose, we saw them. Tracks, human-like, but the toes were splayed too wide, the arches too high, and they circled our camp, over and over, before leading. Off into the trees. Stag wanted to follow them. Wren begged us to leave. We packed fast. For the rest of the hike, Wren kept glancing back, convinced it was following us. I didn't doubt her. We made it out. The dread faded the farther we got from the hollow pines, but I still wonder, what was that thing? Why did it watch us? And why did it let us go? I've heard stories, old ones, about things that live in the deepest woods, things that pretend to be human until they're close enough to change you. They call them the hollow ones, and I think one of them is still out there.